This is the Voice Coach Podcast for all the tips and tricks on getting the most out of your speaking voice. I'm Nic Redman and I'll be sharing everything you need to know to keep your voice healthy, sounding great and working the way it should. If you're an actor, voiceover, speaker, presenter or podcaster, you're in the right place. Hopefully it'll be a wee bit of crack too. Let's get started. What about you? I'm feeling very Irish today because I'm just back off my holidays, so apologies if my Northern Irish twang is, no, I'm not going to apologise actually. Here, enjoy my glorious, more Northern Irish than usual probably, accent. Today we're talking truths after the brilliant vocal empowerment series of interviews. So if you're new to the pod, just scroll back over episodes 74 to 76 for some wonderful inspiration and yes, queen moments with brilliant ladies who I spoke to around the topic of vocal empowerment. Now, for my money, one of the most powerful and empowering things you can do as a speaker is know your voice and how to look after it. I'm always banging on about that. And that's really what this podcast is about, let's be honest. But one of the most crucial steps to nailing that and understanding your voice and how to look after it is regular check-ins on your vocal state, your routines and your usage. Like in a similar way that a business person will set their quarterly goals, what am I going to achieve January, February, March? April, May, June, yada, 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 and then review them 4 times a year. Or like an athlete might revisit their training schedule and plans to ensure that it still fits their overall health and sport requirements. You as a speaker must review where you are and reframe your warm-ups, your vocal explorations and your voice care routines in line with how you're using your voice as necessary. It really sort of allows us to be responsive to what our voice needs, and to keep our voice healthy and expressive and engaging for the listener. So here we are at the end of quarter 3, September. You're not into quarters or you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? Business folks sort of split the year into 4 sections of 3 months each. Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, Sep, and Oct, Nov, Des. Deck? Who knows? But here we are at the end of quarter 3, September, and moving into quarter 4, October, November, December. So the final quarter of the year. So here at September, at the end of quarter 3, it's nice to think forwards, planning for quarter 4. That feels like a tongue twister, quarter 4. But anyway, here we are. New quarter's just about to start, and I'd like to give you a few questions to answer in order to review your voice condition and really reflect on things moving forward. So, number 1, how does speaking feel for you at the moment? Is it comfortable? Is it consistent in tonal quality, like at the start of your recording and you're presenting and speaking? Does it sound the same at the end from when you started recording, presenting and speaking? Does anything feel different right now? Like it could be seasonal or something else lifestyle related like diet, stress levels, general health. How does your voice feel? And you can break that down and think about your body. How does your body feel? Any tensions or holding anywhere? How's your breath feel in comparison to how it usually feels? And how does your voice itself feel? Number 2, what's the crack with your warm-up? Is it still working for you? Are you still enjoying it? Or are you going, God saves, I've got to warm up again, yawn. When was the last time maybe you did a warm-up? It's okay if it's been a while. You're here, that's the main thing. But maybe if you do have a warm-up, is it hitting that recommended basic structure of body, breath, sound and speech? Remember, the first episode of this podcast was how to structure your voice warm-up. So if you are new to the pod, then you can dip back into that one to get an idea of that lovely 4-step process when it comes to warming up. But more specifically, what about the tongue twisters you're doing, for example? Are they the same ones you've been doing for ages and are they dead easy now? Maybe you need to switch those in and out. Question 3. How's hydration going for you? Drink! Oh, I don't have my noisy bottle today. That's a bit of a disappointment. It's still there in my suitcase. I've been on holiday. Come on now though, seriously, be honest. Have you been up to date or keeping up with your hydration? Maybe have a day or two just tracking how much you're drinking for a wee bit, just to make sure. And even check in on your food too. What about your fruit and veg? word on the street, that's very good for you. Are you getting lots of fruit and veg in your diet, or are you neglecting that in favour of slightly drier things from the freezer, which are absolutely fine as long as you have fruit and veg? So think about your hydration from a fluids perspective and a diet perspective, and of course an environment perspective too. And finally, number 4, what are the next few months looking like in terms of speaking needs, recording commitments? It's really good to have a bit of a forward look at any big speaking opportunities in your calendar. Do you need to plan a few days around them for prep or resting your voice? Or have you got your podcasting batch recording days in that you need to plan and prepare for? Maybe it's just a gentle reminder for yourself that you will be recording most days in some form, so you need to take some time to plan a warm-up into your day or schedule those, 5-minute voice naps, i.e. keeping your mouth shut every few hours. The point is, don't just coast along kind of randomly lip trilling and hoping for the best and expecting your voice just to be brilliant and consistent all the time. If you can reflect on how you're feeling vocally, check all your voice care tools are in place, and prep for any future speaking or recording situations, you'll feel empowered and confident and prepared, which will very much reflect in the quality of your voice and your physical presence on the mic. If you feel like you need a wee bit of hand with this and getting yourself organised, well, I've got a wee treat for you coming up. 3 masterclasses over 3 days consecutively for the teeny weeny price of £17. That's good, isn't it? It's the, now prepare yourself for an excellently catchy title, Know It, Own It, Speak It, the Masterclass Series. Ooh, put that in a mug. Over 3 sessions, live and interactive on Zoom, I'll guide you through the process of knowing your voice as it is now, how it's working for you at the moment, how you feel about it, owning some of the exercises and the routines you can do to develop and prepare your speaking voice, and then the actual speaking bit, how you can feel ready to press record and get your chat on confidently and efficiently. Know it, own it, speak it. That's good, isn't it? It'll be a great way, if you're experienced, just to check in and update your voice care if you feel you need to. You might not even know if you need to, but it's really worth checking in, like I've mentioned already in this episode. But then if you're a newbie to all this voice training crack and maybe you've only just found the podcast, hello, welcome. It'll be a brilliant way just to have a little taster of what you can do for your voice, how beneficial it is, and also how I do it specifically for minimal time and money input. Yay for taster sessions. Minimum input, maximum output. What fun. Now, if you can't come live, don't worry. You can catch up via recordings. I'll record it all and send it out to you. Isn't technology wonderful? You could, do them one at a time or bloody binge them all like your favourite Netflix documentary. Details and sign up via the link in the show notes. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you again soon. I feel like I've lost the ability to sign my podcast off because I've been on holidays. Oh well, I'll get back into the professional zone soon. For now, I'll just ramble a little bit and reach for a drink. Stay hydrated. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Voice Coach podcast. To get the most out of your voice, come on over to our free community on Facebook, the Voice and Accent Hub. See you in there.